James Harden dropped 61 in the Garden, and just get MVP chance, and that had me to thinking. James Harden dropped 61 in the Garden, as we all know, going crazy, going ham, doing this thing, step back threes, step back jump shots, getting to the rack, as usual, doing James Harden things without CP3. You know what I'm saying? And he's just making things happen, making things shake. And one of the things that I really thought about, especially because I was watching the No Chill podcast with Kevin Durant and Gilbert Arenas, they were talking about James Harden, is how in the heck does somebody like Luka Doncic have more votes, and then these are fan votes, more fan votes than James Harden right now. And see, he said James is sitting somewhere like 2 million votes or something like that. And it really dawned on me that fans, they don't openly hate on Harden, but they're passively hating on Harden. And this is what I mean, the difference between the two. Openly hating on somebody is like, for example, when you talk about LeBron to somebody, talk about Kobe to somebody, even back in the day when you talked about Michael Jordan to somebody. When you be like, yo, Mike is great, LeBron is great, Kobe's great, man, that dude sucked. Openly hating. You go to the arena, fans are booing them every time they touch the ball, just openly hating them. Like, how could you ever vote for him or whatever the case is for All-Star? Kobe's, he's just good because he got Shaq. LeBron just good because he got a big three. Jordan's just good because he got pimping. Openly hating. Just openly, it's right there in your face to see. So that person is not really going to be a fan voter. What the fans today are doing is they're passively hating on James Harden. They're saying, oh, yeah, I saw that step back. I saw that game winner. That was dope. Oh, yeah, yeah. Then, when it comes to vote for him for All-Star, nah, I don't like his game. I don't like the fact that he goes to the line a lot. It's an ugly game to watch. I don't enjoy watching him play. My bad. You don't enjoy watching somebody put up 60? My bad. You don't like somebody crossing up somebody, breaking down their ankles? My bad. Oh, he needs to change up his game a little bit. I like him, but he needs to change up his game a little bit. That's that passive. Yeah, you're good, but yeah, you're great, but as opposed to the open hate. Like, yeah, James Harden sucks. Look at his team. It's sitting in fourth. Nah, I ain't cheering for him. Look, 60 in the guard. He did it against the Knicks, bro. That ain't nothing. They'll congratulate him. They'll be like, yeah, he's good. He's an MVP candidate, all that. But they will not give him his credit on paper, which is why it took him so long to get an MVP. Because they would not give him his credit on paper. Like, to me, that year when Steph won MVP, Steph's first MVP, and James Harden had Dwight Howard out with injury. He had like an older Jason Terry. He had another guy with injury. He was the only offensive player on his team. He didn't even have like an Eric Gordon. He didn't have none of that we have today. And he willed his team far. I think they made it to the Western Conference Finals that year. That's the year when the Warriors beat them 4-1. But you remember James Harden, like, he gave the ball to Howard. Howard gave it right back to Harden, dribbled off the leg, whatever. You remember that series. But he made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals and didn't win MVP or whatever that year. But it's just like, people don't want to give him his credit on paper. They'll give him credit word of mouth, but they won't give him his credit on paper instead of just openly hating on him. See, when you openly hate on somebody, they know who you are, so now the opposition could come. Then the opposition comes, they're like, nah, I'm definitely voting for Harden. This dude talking crazy. Nah, he definitely has to get a fan vote. These analysts, the people that get a vote, some of these people that get a vote, look, guys, do you guys know that some of these people, like studio anchors, they get a vote for who becomes All-Star or MVP vote? Like, how can somebody that just sit and watch the game all the time, commentates on the game a little bit, they get a vote for the MVP? Not even somebody who's played the game, somebody who's coached the game. Even if you played like collegiate, some of these guys didn't even play high school basketball. They get a vote. Radio personalities, guys that write in a newspaper, I can see why they would get a vote. But like a guy, to me, if you're not active in the papers now, you can't get a vote. Like, cause you're not watching every single game every night. You watch it for your show, but you're not watching it to really understand what's going on. You're just watching it to see what happens so you can come up with a commentary. But some of these guys getting votes, they should not have votes, ladies and gentlemen. No. No. So, like, when you're looking at somebody who, like these guys that are analysts or guys that call games that have votes, they're in the public saying how great what he's doing, how he's carrying his team, but then they passively won't give him his credit. And that's really bad because if people knew that, hey, I'm just throwing out a example. Let's just say Ernie from TNT. If you knew Ernie from TNT hated James Harden game, that would make the fan turnout for James Harden even that much higher because Ernie's openly hating against him. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you don't know how somebody's feeling, it's just like, hey, it's all good. He's gonna vote James Harden. I'm good. And then that doesn't happen. That's why Luka Doncic has more votes than James Harden, which doesn't make any sense. You know, you look at something like, and this is a good representation of it, is the way that the fan voting takes place for All-Star and the way that All-Stars go. It's almost like MVPs and stuff. It's almost like the Electoral College where you have a popular vote. Your senator is supposed to vote the way that the popular vote in his state went or his district or whatever. And so they could vote however way they want. So let's just say 300,000 people say, I want James Harden as my MVP. That radio personality from that place or whatever it is, they could be like, which serves as your senator, so to speak, the person with the vote. They could say, man, I don't like James Harden. I'm not voting for him. So damn what those other people think. And that's where, you know, people don't understand about voting and voting rights and how the Electoral College works. It's not your popular vote that wins elections. It's the Electoral College, which is senators that take place. So that's a whole other topic. But that's basically what takes place with the MVP voting. And then with the fan voting, it counts for a percentage. But the NBA makes it count for such a big percentage that, you know, people should know how some of these people really feel about James Harden so they can vote the right way, not get a representation here, a political answer about his game there, and then, you know, some people won't turn out to vote because they're like, well, James Harden's getting enough love. But the truth is, a lot of these guys giving him love don't like him. A lot of these fans giving James Harden love don't like him because that's the only way that I can see it. And they don't like him, but they'll secretly say it. They won't go up in arms and be like, man, this dude suck, man. James Harden who? James Harden what? They won't do that. They too scared. They're too cowardly. It's a passive hater. It's an undercover hater. And those are the worst ones. You know, when somebody hates you, they could tell you what they don't like about you. And they could say it and they could shout it to mountain tops. You know, they don't dislike this about you, dislike that about you. Somebody's like passively undercover hating on you, that's the worst. That's the worst. Then you're in trouble because they're shaking your hand and they got the knife in your back. Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, and subscribe.